Welcome back. You're watching FAMEBOOK. I'm here with the one, the only Gouthami, and I'm not being kind. I'm being very specific about this. Every time I say I give you a compliment, it comes from the bottom of my heart, and I mean that. Look at the kid that was there.
Thank you.
Okay, so the one thing in your entire career, when you look back, like you said, you were evolving. After that, you started evolving. You started making things your own. The one thing that you remember specifically and say, I like this most. I know you have many, but pick one.
Couple of milestones. I would say that point with Apuru Sargal where I started opening. The next one would be where I did a movie called Dharmadurai with Rajnikanth. There was a scene where husband and wife separated for a while. He's been in jail. I've come on really hard times, and I end up working as a domestic servant in somebody's house, and he comes looking for me, and the first time he sees me, he's left me as somebody else, very rich, happy, glowing, bubbling, and I'm here all torn, scrubbing somebody's dishes in somebody's backyard. And he sees me, and there's no dialogue, it's just one word from me, one word from him, and the whole scene is about 3-4 minutes. And we did the scene, and then they did his close-ups, and I was sitting and watching. That's another habit. I never leave the set till they say break, whether I have a shot or not. So I would keep watching him, and then I realized, hey, this is how he's performing. What I did doesn't match with that. And also, I think I can do much better. So I went back to the director, Mr. Rajnikanth, and I said, sir, can we do my shots one more? No problem. And they did my shots, my close-ups one more, and I could feel the difference. So my entire approach to the scene changed because I could see both sides of it. And when you do that's why it's very important to have somebody who's equal as an artist, or if not better, opposite you. It's not about upstaging someone, it's about challenging yourself so that eventually you look better and you do better.
எப்போ வந்தீங்க? என்ன புடவை துவைச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன்னு பாக்குறீங்களா? ஏன் புடவைதான்? இந்த வீட்டுக்காரமாவை எனக்கு ரொம்ப நாளா தெரியும். ரொம்ப நல்லவங்க. கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு உதவியாருன்னு கேட்டாங்க. சும்மா தானே இருக்கோன்னு ஒத்துக்கிட்டேன். நான் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறேன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களா? அதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் இல்லைங்க. நான் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா தான் இருக்கேன்.
I'm not being kind, I'm being realistic. I'll tell you why, and this I'm going to say this on camera. Kamal sir is going to kill me later, but you're going to have to protect me. And we were talking about this before the camera started rolling. When I came to Chennai, I was in the 6th standard, and when I was in the 7th standard, I shared my school's wall shared and your house or the party shared a wall together. And I had the biggest crush on you growing up. It was huge. Every day from 7th to 9th standard, I'd run to your wall and I'd peep over, hoping or praying to get a glimpse of you. From at that age, if I can remember that one instance of coming there for 2 years diligently every lunch break to try and get a peep at you, then it's not being flattering, it's actually sitting down and seeing someone I tried to see during my school age, and just thankful that I'm spending the time with them. But like you said, as you've progressed in life, you have so much to do. In what sense do you mean that?
See, in the sense that, okay, I've had a certain career curve, achieved certain milestones, but I'm never the kind of person who's satisfied with anything. In the sense that I'm not dissatisfied, but for me it's always about setting my own benchmark and then working towards it.
So is it are you a perfectionist? Is the benchmark?
No, it's not about perfection. I don't think there is any such thing. The beauty of anything in life, especially the human mind, where everything begins and ends, is that it's completely
trial and error based.
Not just that, but there are no fixed boundaries. You know, it's constantly changing, evolving, growing. There are no limitations. So your life and yourself and your achievements, if you want to call them that, can be as far and as high and as wide as you want them to be.
Is that how you looked at acting?
Yes, absolutely. I was doing engineering, and then suddenly the next day I'm in the film industry, neck deep in something that I had no idea about. And the whole reason I got into it was, I'm a bit embarrassed to say this, but it was the typical thing of, you know, filmmaker saw me at my cousin's place, and then he was actually a distant nephew of my dad's. So he would keep asking him, you know, uncle, let her come and do this cameo in this movie, and one thing led to another. And I started getting a lot of offers. And they saw this girl, you know, I was very skinny, gawky and all, but fair, fresh, you know, different looking. So a lot of people started asking. I didn't know the first thing about the industry, acting, nothing. I remember very clearly, I started getting literally deluged with calls. So I still remember I made the decision to come and do one film. I liked the experience. My mother was, you know, like a bug on a bear with me the whole time. My dad was also there, my brother was very supportive. And one thing led to another, and then I finally decided this is what I want to do.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Yesaya chusanu, Kallara chusanu, Daiva Kumarani chusanu. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Yesana, Hosanna, Yesaya chusanu, Kallara chusanu, Daiva Kumarani chusanu. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Veronica, ఏమిటమ్మా ఎందుకు అంత సంతోషం చెప్పమ్మా చెప్పు మరణాన్ని జయించి మూడవ రోజున సజీవంగా లేచాడు నేను కళ్ళారా చూశాను.
When you go to do your first film, like you said, you were neck deep in something you had no idea about. Was it, and everybody gets very meticulous about asking this one question about, was it your first take that they said, it's beautiful, print it, it's amazing. Did you take 20 until they told you you had to become a character? Did you realize later that it was someone else you were playing?
No, actually, my approach was very interesting. It was very instinctive. It's only now that I understand method and getting into the skin of an actor. I was very, very much a director's actor because, as I said, I came in not knowing anything. By the way, I would not recommend anybody does that. If I had this opportunity again, I would go, get trained, learn at least, you know, the grammar of the craft, and then I would come in. It would make my job that much easier. I'd be that much more effective earlier, and I think that's my duty because this is a job. I'm not doing somebody a favor by, you know, saying, okay, I will be in your movie. It's my job. So I better be trained for something when I take up that job. So please, please get trained and work at it.
So if you're going to do something, do the research, find out exactly what you need to do because...
No, go to an institute, go to school, actually learn. You have to do that. I mean, you're not going to be allowed to operate on a patient without actually going to, you know, medical school and training and internship and all of that. So why is this any different from any other profession?
All right. So I hope you're learning. Take notes. Otherwise, record the show or call us and we'll give you a DVD.
Okay, you just made me sound incredibly pompous and, you know, lecturing and pondering.
All right. You need to not learn anything. Sit and enjoy the show. We're going to take a break. We'll see you guys back in a little while.
It sounds morbid, but I don't mean it that way. It's very practical to me. I want to die in the most comfortable way possible. We were talking about this quizzes and personality types. And I said, don't you think I'm a type B, type C, whatever personality? Are you crazy? Amma, you're a type A. You're so completely a type A personality. And she went back to whatever she was doing.